Mercy, Overwatch's most beloved and most controversial hero, at least on Twitter. How did this angelic doctor become one of the most recognizable and influential members of Overwatch? I'm Daydream, and today we'll be diving into the history of Mercy. Angela Zeigler was born in Switzerland during the first Omnic crisis. Her parents were really involved with the humanitarian efforts to help people during this time, when many hospitals were overflowing with people who were being affected by the Omnic crisis. However, while working at a hospital one day, Angela's parents were tragically killed in an Omnic airstrike. Angela was told this devastating news late into the night when her house was visited by law enforcement. She was in lots of pain and was consumed by a desire to carry on her parents' legacy and help the community by making a difference in the world. Zeigler had a natural gift for healing and medicine. In her teenage years, she was adamant about being a doctor and set herself up for success with the goal of becoming a medical prodigy. In university, she got an opportunity to visit Overwatch's base and assist Overwatch agents such as Torbjorn, who had recently lost an arm. After her time at university and getting her MD and PhD in Switzerland, Angela became a well-known and respected head of surgery at a renowned Swiss hospital. There, she decided to start pioneering a new technology: nanobiology. Nanobiology was an advancement that completely changed the way doctors treat patients with life-threatening injuries and diseases. This breakthrough got Angela recognized by Overwatch, and since she had worked with some of the agents before, Jack Morrison set up a meeting with her at the Overwatch HQ. Jack had read her paper on nanobiology and wanted to implement it into Overwatch. Angela was adamant about joining the team and proving that this new discovery would revolutionize medical care, help Overwatch greatly, as well as show that her ideas and studies were in fact real and impactful. Due to her accomplishments and breakthroughs, Angela was offered a very prestigious title of head of Overwatch's medical research. However, she wanted to make sure that what she was doing for Overwatch was not just allowing them to send more soldiers out and get them hurt, or even die. So, Jack Morrison offered her anything she needed for her medical research. She agreed to Jack's offer and officially joined Overwatch. In her first few months at Overwatch, she was still forming an opinion about the warfare and decided what she really wanted was to keep peace and save lives, and Overwatch allowed her to do this on a large scale. As the head of Overwatch's medical research, Angela started using her technology to heal in the front lines of war, and she created her own suit that allowed her to fly above the battlefield and find injured soldiers much easier. Seeing these technological advancements, many Overwatch agents wanted Angela to stand alongside them in battles. This is when Angela was given the official call sign Mercy. Despite her climbing up the ladder at Overwatch, she still had quarrels with the higher-ups about multiple things, such as Overwatch's overall goal in the Omnic crisis. Mercy didn't want her technology to be weaponized the way Overwatch was leaning towards, and this put her at odds with Commander Jack Morrison occasionally. This also caused her to start having a bad taste in her mouth when it came to Overwatch. In Overwatch's final days, Mercy was interrogated by the UN for a series of allegations against the organization. Despite all of the chaos happening around her, Mercy tried to keep all of Overwatch's members united and together. Sadly, all of her efforts were for nothing, as Jack Morrison and Gabriel Reyes had formed two opposing sides. She thought this outcome was temporarily avoidable, but ultimately inevitable. Before Overwatch collapsed, Mercy quit and laid down her stethoscope, due to her views conflicting with Overwatch's, as well as the tension between members. After she left, she wanted as much space as possible. She started getting back into a more normal life. However, it was hard to ignore all of the news and press surrounding her, especially with the fall of Overwatch. Shortly after her departure, Overwatch's Swiss headquarters was blown up, killing many Overwatch agents, including Gabriel Reyes and Jack Morrison. Angela stopped going by Mercy during this time period and returned to her real name, though it wasn't super effective as her reputation in the medical community was a little tarnished due to her affiliation with Overwatch and their various scandals. All she wanted was to put her past at Overwatch behind her, but scandals, reputation, and recent events made it almost impossible. Angela went back to helping those most affected by the war, hoping to make an impact and to keep people safe, traveling around the world on humanitarian trips, healing refugees and soldiers from either side of the conflict. She became a person of true neutrality and unbiased, with a desire just to help people no matter who, where, or what they were. Though she did slightly feel guilty for leaving Overwatch when it was in such a tormented state, she was making up for the damage Overwatch had done to the world, one person at a time. After years of silence from Overwatch and not really talking with anyone other than the Lindholms for Christmas, Mercy then received a message from Winston. She was not fully on board with getting Overwatch back together at first. However, Winston's message was so moving and gave her so much hope that she put her doubts aside, planned to instill more of her values into Overwatch, and reclaimed her name that she had thrown out: Mercy. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to see more character deep dives and follow me on Twitch where I stream daily at 1 p.m. PST.